Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Well, hello there.
Oh, what a day, guys. It's been incredible. I mean, the stuff that we're hearing from, like, all of you
Yes,
out there.
yes. From our friends, people we're working on, well, all of you.
Yeah, and we had a really busy day working on people, but the messages kept, like, bing, 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 bing,
Hmm.
constantly coming through about everywhere. Blackouts. I mean, we have friends in Kansas experiencing blackouts. They got blackouts in Louisiana. They have a ton of blackouts in Texas. As we're saying, it's just incredible what's going on all around. So many different areas. And we're looking at the chill map. And so this is what we currently have. And those numbers are pretty bad, as we've been saying. I'm not an expert, as far as null school goes. I've used it in the past, last like 4 years or so. Now, I thought for sure when I was looking at this that I was going to see that we had that split, that divergence in the polar vortex, which we don't really have, so that's something that has kind of perplexed me. I thought we were going to see a big elongation dipping on down. We can see it is pushing through, but I just thought it was going to be worse than what we're seeing here. And it's not really split, although it's I don't know, kind of egg shaped,
Hmm.
wouldn't you say?
I would definitely say egg shaped and strange.
Strange is the word, and the more I look into things, the more I start thinking about technology.
Hmm.
Technology. It's really interesting, and here you could see just how far down the cold weather. This is actual temps. So here in Kansas, 9 below actual.
Hmm.
Yeah. And, obviously it gets worse as we start heading up farther north. God bless you guys up in Wisconsin and the Upper
Yeah.
Peninsula. As we see, we're still way below freezing going through Texas, like around Dallas, 10 degrees. San Antonio, 21. Houston, you're right at that freezing point, 32. And we see pockets that are a lot colder, very cold in New Mexico, very cold up in Colorado as well. And, the perceived when we're looking at the wind chills, it's just, to me, it's scary. And I keep saying to Cindy, ah.
I know, I know. I'll give in. He knows me, so I'll just say, okay, let's go.
Well, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Again, as we said so many times, it's a pick your poison. It's like once hurricane season comes and it'll be like, wow, so glad we're somewhere else, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, it anywhere you go, you're gonna have challenges in these times.
Right. And somebody did ask me, what, why was I afraid of Florida? And actually, I feel that there's just too much technology there. And then there's just, my body is just concerned about it. I mean, I'm sure that there's safe places there, just like there's everywhere else. It's just personal preference, really.
It is, although after meditation, before she had gotten visions of what looked to me when she was describing it to be very, very much like it could have been Atlantis. But you saw like everything washed away by a wave, including your family and everything, and you were just a little girl standing there at her property, which wasn't necessarily directly on the beach, but it was after.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of it has to do with past life. Just like, I'm not crazy about open places, believe it or not. I that kind of gets me panicked, and I kind of feel like that might be flashbacks, really, of death from above, perhaps something in wartime. Like bombs and stuff. That feels right. So I mean, I like being surrounded by trees. I love being in the woods. I don't like being in open places. That's why I couldn't do like a lot of areas around Nebraska or Kansas, just too open for me. But everybody has their own unique challenges, although I would say if I had my druthers, I would probably be in Sarasota tonight.
Probably if we could just like teleport over there. Yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, as you see it, it's cold and it's crazy out there. And checking out the power outages, over 4 million people in Texas are without power. Texas has just under 30 million people. That's a big percentage of the state right now that's without power in those temps. So again, in Texas, you might not think about a fireplace. You might not think about a wood-burning stove. You might, think, it doesn't get that cold that often. Maybe especially if you're in like San Antonio or Houston. But boy, you'd be so grateful to have it tonight with some dry wood. Oregon still has over 300,000 without power. You see, Louisiana's moved into the red, 111,000 without power. And we see 45,000, almost 46 in Mississippi. Alabama, 14,000, 18,000 Tennessee, 10,000 over in North Carolina. Kentucky, 77,000 without it. Ohio, almost 13,000. West Virginia, 52,000 people without power there, and 84,000 in Virginia. And we could add New Jersey to the list with 35,470. Whew, man, that's a lot of people that are getting chilly tonight. So, before we go any further, please send your prayers and your positive intentions to protect these people and that the power might be restored as well. And there's a lot of dangerous situations going on.
Can I just also throw in the intent that we do this on the hour every hour, because I do believe that our combined energy is very powerful.
Yeah, most definitely. One of the people we were working on today had talked about the power of intent. And, he was thinking it's a good idea.
Oh, he was thinking it's a great idea, and he's also was talking about certain studies about energy and how focused energy is really, really important and can be a very useful tool.
Most definitely. These things have been studied. And we've talked about the studies. There's no doubt that our focused intent can work miracles. So let's again send a protective bubble over all of our people that right now are experiencing these issues. May power be swiftly restored, and may certain entities not take advantage of the situation, as we're going to look at. It's we're supposed to be going from the solar plexus chakra into the heart chakra, and that's really what like Christ consciousness is all about. So when we see stuff about price gouging, we're going to take a look at that. It's just horrible to see. Texas has deployed National Guard to aid local authorities after the massive blizzard leaves basically 4 million without power right now in below freezing temps. This is dangerous and potentially deadly.
It really is, you guys. We got something weird going on here.
We sure do. And our own Doc Rock, Dr. Renee, and this is a transformer going in Louisiana. That's pretty wild sight, isn't it? So Dr. Renee, who works in 3 different clinics, 3 different locations, she's in an ER and they got no power.
I know. And, I let you mention these things first because I don't always know what to say anymore, as far as what can we divulge. And she's a very essential business and they're screwing with her.
Yeah, there's no power there. This is a hospital. Yeah. This is an ER. That's crazy. It's crazy. So we see controlled service interruptions possible as city utilities issue alert on extreme natural gas shortage. And what was that, a wolf? So yeah, snow falling in Texas, Oklahoma. There's been a lot of wrecks as well. This situation is going on across many states right now. Many states, and there's a lot of people that are in dangerous circumstances because of this. So thank you guys for your positive prayers and intent.
We're going to do that every hour on the hour.
And we'll try to see if we could get lives going again, if possible. Our internet is semi-limited. We could do videos, but when we get lives, it seems like we run into all sorts of issues.
Yeah, all kinds of little gremlins come out.
Yes, little gremlins and demons sometimes. Energy shortage has huge bill hikes expected. Well, how big? Well, massive hikes. It's crazy. Here you see Tuesday, natural gas was around $3 per unit, right? Friday, it was $329 per unit.
Yeah, I know. When you told me that, you said $3 per unit, then you said $3.29. I really thought he meant $3.29, but no, you have it right there.
Oh my God, that's it. So people are being warned to brace yourself. Well, you're bracing yourself right now. You're trying to stay warm any way you can. And then when you see the bill that comes, you might have a heart attack.
I know, it's really horrible. These people, they don't go for the throat, they go for the pocketbook. That hurts worse.
Again, we've talked about allocation of assets and all the money that's spent in certain areas. All the money that's just like in this country, given away to other countries. That's been shown too. Money just given away to other countries. Well, how about, shoring up all these issues?
Right, you would think that would be a good thing to do.
And we see a natural gas shortage in Texas causes blackout in northern Mexico as well. And Mexico had snow falling, and not necessarily at high altitudes either.
Yeah, you see how this is dominoing.
It's big time dominoing. I think it's actually getting people to say WTF.
Yes.
And start to really look at things very critically. U.S. deep freeze shutters Texas oil refineries and it's disrupting pipelines. So, yeah, oil prices will be going up. Gas prices will be going up as well. At this time when we've had so many people lose their jobs or have less hours that they're working, less income, so many people have had to defer their mortgages. It's a mess.
And then they have these stimuluses come out, and people are going to have to use that to pay their bills.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the actual interest on the debt is greater than the whole, GDP. It's crazy. It's you just got to really question leadership. If you haven't questioned them, I mean, obviously you guys know we question everything.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are waking up to that. And, this is in many other areas as well. It's not just going on, in Texas that we're having these shortages and people being told to conserve natural gas. It's just this perfect storm that's just a little too perfect, And by the way, the National Guard troops might not leave D.C. until the fall. I haven't heard of anything really going on in D.C. There is some unrest in certain areas, same areas we've heard of, before, in the same states that's been going on. But I haven't really heard of anything major happening down there, so that's kind of curious,
Well, I feel that there's under rumblings that we're not privy to.
Aha. New skin patch. What a barcode. Promises comprehensive health monitoring. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to show that. We're not going to talk much more about that, but you guys know what direction that's heading. And so we have a 6.2 quake that hits Vanuatu. And there's actually quite a bit of activity over there right now. And another landslide, this time in East Java, leaving 18 people dead or missing. And, we send our prayers and our love out that way too. More and more landslides, more and more crazy weather all over the globe.
I know, it's just ridiculous, really.
It is. So, as we're sending out our prayers and positive intentions for all these people that are caught up in all these different things going on around the globe, may we pray that we'll be entering a new era soon where there will be heart chakra based consciousness, and not consciousness that's all about greed and profits. Because, again, we could put our minds to anything. We could really manifest something amazing. As I've talked to you guys so many times about that 85-year-old that has an amazing greenhouse in Nebraska, which produces tremendous citrus, so much so that he sells it at the county. And his citrus is, he says, and people have said it's the same thing, even superior to that produced in Florida. And the reason is because he's utilizing geothermal. He's putting it about 5 to 6 feet in the ground. He's running venting pipes down below that. That's not really, well, I mean, that's not the technology that we see on Tier 3Bs by any state of the, any state of mind. Obviously, we could do these things on a big scale, and with the global food crisis that we see manifesting, it doesn't have to be that way. If we had some true leadership, true insight, and true positive intentions.
Well, it would take a true love for humanity for people to make the decisions that need to be made so that humans are comfortable, but we all kind of know the leadership is not what is perceived.
Yes. Well, may we have positive change on the planet, and may you guys all be kept safe as always. And Cindy's going to give us a quick tune.
God bless and namaste.
God bless, guys. Namaste. Stay safe.